Army veteran is in federal custody tonight, accused of an attack at a federal building in Manhattan. Authorities say Andrew Arabaka poured gasoline outside 26 Federal Plaza and then lit it with a lighter, igniting a big fireball. Federal agents say he had an arsenal of weapons with him with the intention of hurting people. Pix 11's Derek Waller joining us now live in Lower Manhattan with more on what he's uncovered about the suspect. Hi, Derek.
Shirley, good evening to you. The FBI calling Arabaka an anti-ICE activist, and I can tell you that, they have his car. The FBI now has his car in their custody, and they're waiting for a search warrant to go through that, but he didn't take his car to get down here. They actually say that Sunday night he took the subway to Lower Manhattan from Harlem, then spent the night on the street near the Holland Tunnel before making his way here to Federal Plaza this morning, igniting that fireball. They also say that ICE was not his only target.
He did say he was targeting the building, and he was okay if he hurt or killed people going in and out of the building, whether they were federal employees or civilians.
That admission during an interview with investigators, according to the FBI. Cell phone video shows a man authorities are identifying as 43-year-old Andrew Arabaka carrying buckets of gasoline around 8:30 in the morning before dousing the stairs to the employee entrance and setting it ablaze with a lighter and a firework. Moments later, police tackling the U.S. Army veteran they are now calling an extremist.
He is an anti-American, anti-government extremist. We know that from what he said. We know that from what he has said post-arrest. An anti-American, anti-government extremist. We know that from what he said. We know that from what he has said post-arrest. And we know that from what his actions that he tried to take today. He is an anti-American, anti-government extremist. We know that from what he said. We know that from what he has said post-arrest. And we know that from what his actions that he tried to take today.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostle of Millstone, and then our respected brothers out there pushing and spreading the gospel of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua to the four corners of the world. Now through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, I wanted to make this very quick. This is a very interesting, event that was televised on the news, and what I actually think is very interesting is the timing between the speech that I had posted prior, titled, a great persecution coming, something to that effect, and what's happening now. And actually, I think it's very interesting what he said, that would separation he makes between the actions and the words, right? And a new label that they have now, which is an anti-American extremist, and that's the label that they're going to use, because it is a broad term, right? It encompasses everybody from different factions in America that does not go along with the American mindset. And so I'm telling you, man, there's a something they're cooking something to basically just come up, and persecute anybody who is not, who doesn't share that naive mindset and is in love with America like they do. And when they start making speech like how they are tired of these kind of people, and behold, somebody comes in and then does exactly what they say they don't like, well, then they are planning something, right? You can never put anything past Esau Edom. He's not honest. He's not, straight with you, right? He's always taking corners. He's always stalking. He's always trying to accomplish something at the expense of someone's, liberty and freedom and life. And so this is what the scriptures have been foretelling for a very long time. Now, whether what this man did is I don't know how to explain it, but whether it's this whole thing is a setup, or whether he is really a crazy guy just coming out here and doing this. The point here is that the scripture says that there's going to be a time where society, the energy among society, will be to come up against the government, and then there's going to be a time where the government actually starts enforcing martial law. It talks about it in the book of Ezekiel, the second Ezra, the 15th and the 16th chapter, right? And we've gone into it many times. So I'm just going to bring out a few precepts and then end it right there. Just want to make this very super quick. So the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." All right? "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And, the reason for that would be all the chaos that's happening, whether it's from, the chaos, whether it's from martial law or whether it's from the anarchy that's going on between men, right? That's why verse 18 says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid," right? Houses shall be destroyed. It's not talking about literally houses being broken down, which will happen, but the main point here is that families are going to be destroyed. Families, whether they are destroyed by being separated or whether they are destroyed by the sword, right? In any case, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." This is it, right? On top of the what's going on between U.S., Israel, and Iran, the war just escalated. You got the tariff wars, being reignited again, right? Trump is on this shit again, bringing 50% tariffs against Canada. You have, a whole bunch of things going on. It's a whole bunch of things, and it's just, I never thought that we would be overwhelmed with prophecy, but this is what the Lord does. He's never put us to shame, never forsake his men. So, in fact, let me just play it one more time.
Veteran they are now calling an extremist.
He is an anti-American, anti-government extremist. We know that from what he said. We know that from what he has said post-arrest. And we know that from what his actions that he tried to take today.
One civilian and 2 federal employees suffered minor injuries, but thankfully no one was seriously hurt. In his possession, this cart with signage reading "ICE off our streets" and several weapons.
He had 2 axes, a hammer, a machete, and 3 knives.
On the scene was recovered, among other things, 2 airsoft rifles and the container with the flammable liquid.
Arabaka has addresses linking him to Poughkeepsie and Harlem. Authorities say Harlem is where they found his car, located at 124th and Broadway, a black Toyota RAV4. The NYPD says they will search it once they get a warrant. The chaos disrupting New Yorkers' routines.
Yeah,
It's
this is
just
what a
crazy.
setup, man. This is a
That's
setup.
crazy.
Who's gonna accomplish anything in this manner? He's walking around with all these things, and he doesn't do anything with them. This is all. It's an FF. I can't even say it's a false. You add the other F to it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're getting the public, people like her, to come up here and say, yeah, the government should do something, this, that, and the third. And before you know it, it's martial law. State of emergency is declared. And there's so many things happening right now. More than ever, we have to be vigilant. We have to look at every little thing and anticipate what the next case is going to be. All right, so that was the purpose of this video. In closing, I will give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.